Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how I do pop smoke braids on one of my kitty clients. Disclaimer, even though you guys keep seeing him move his head to the side, I promise you it doesn't hurt him. He's just, I don't know, all the kids that I braid end up doing this. They just lean their head in whenever you're trying to section their hair. So what you guys see me doing right here is sectioning the hair, pre-sectioning the hair, and then I go in with my product, place it on the section I just created, and then repart it just to ensure that the line is super crispy. Sometimes if you don't know the lines are straight on pop smoke braids, just look on top, put the kid in the middle or put your client in the middle and look on top of their head. You will be able to see if the line is straight or crooked, and then you can make your adjustments as necessary. This is why I recommend braiding one side of the head at a time. That way you can ensure that the braids are symmetrical. Once you have your sectionings as you like and your partings really neat, what I then do is go in and apply edge control all along the base. Now what I'm doing right now is applying a leave-in conditioner before I apply the product. This ensures that the hair is moisturized before I braid it, to make sure that it is locked in moisture for all the time period he has his hair braided. Also, the product I was using is not my typical Edge Effect brand, as I ran out and I'm waiting for the company to send me more. This product that I'm using, which I will not name, is it kind of dries out pretty quickly, so I always kind of have to add a little bit of moisture in while I'm braiding, just to make sure it's not pulling his hair and he doesn't feel it and it's not tough for me to braid. Now I'm going to attempt to explain cornrows once more. As you know, in my last 2 or 3 videos I have failed epically at explaining to you guys how I do a cornrow, and I understand this is a weird camera placement. It was very weird to film. I had to kind of stand in front of the camera, but not really, so you guys couldn't see what I'm doing, but bear with me, guys. So to do a proper cornrow for the 5th million explanation, what I am doing is you're gonna braid underhanded. And as you're braiding underhanded, you are adding hair into the middle section. So one side, when you're braiding from the left side, you're going to add a hair into the middle section. When you're braiding from the right side, you're going to add a hair into the middle section. I'm a very visual learner, so this is very hard for me to watch and try to explain at the same time. I hope you guys understand what is going on, like in my last 2 videos. Yeah, like I said, whenever you cross, it's going to be every piece of hair too. So as you cross the piece into the middle section, you're going to add hair to that middle section. And then you're going to cross the top piece of hair and put it in the middle. And then you're going to add hair to that new middle section. And then you're going to cross the new top section underneath that and then add hair to that new middle section. This is a complete side note, but if you guys go back quite a few videos, I think about 7-10 videos ago, one of my more popular videos, how to do cornrows, I was bald. Like, I had shaved my head, my hair was gone. But in this video, look at that curl, guys. That curl by my ear, she is popping. She is showing y'all hair growth. She is giving y'all life. Curl on fleek. Okay, so same thing like before. The product kind of dried out a little bit, so all I'm doing is just spraying it with a little leave-in conditioner, and I'm also moisturizing the base like I said, and I'm combing that product in to evenly disperse it. And then now what I'm doing, hopefully this is a better angle for you guys, I'm then going in and applying edge control along the base of the hair, and then I'm going to comb it in to ensure that it is evenly distributed as well. Now, starting off my cornrows, I always start with a tiny piece in the front. This is not as tiny as I usually do, but this is still small enough where it's not so bulky and it's not hard to get even stitches. And then I cross that twice, like doing a regular braid. I do it twice before I then add a piece of hair, and then I comb the piece of hair into the middle piece, and then I cross the top piece underneath the middle piece, and then I comb another section of hair into the middle piece, and then I cross the top piece under the new middle piece, and I repeat this process all the way down until I get to the nape of his neck in essence, and then I will flip over and I will do an overhanded braid. And right here, guys, in this last section, I know it looks like he's in pain. I promise he's not. He's just a very antsy kid. Like all kids, they don't like to sit still for very long. And he was just really tired of sitting there, and he didn't like that I was moving his head around. But I promise you, he was not in pain. My kids that I braid are never in pain, I promise. Unless they're like super duper tender-headed, then there's nothing I can really do about that. That is also why I choose to braid with a comb. When I braid my kitty clients, I typically 90% of the time braid them with a comb, just because that relieves a lot of the tension from me pulling the stitches into the underhanded piece, if that makes sense. So that's one recommendation I do recommend when braiding kids. Just braid with the comb, just to kind of relieve some of that tension. When doing kids' hair in general, there's just a rule of thumb. You guys just have to account for them to move. Kids don't want to stay still. Kids are not going to stay still. I've rarely done a kid's hair that has stayed still. They're just going to move. So with that, I always make sure my kid clients are comfortable. If they move, I move with them, you know. Sometimes that's not good ergonomics, but at least it helps me build that trust with them, so they know I'm not the enemy and that I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm just trying to make their hair look good. And I know I've gotten questions about this, so I will state again. I always finish my braids with a foam wrap of a sort. And then I top it off with oils just to lock in that extra moisture. What the foam wrap does before you put the doobie on and blow dry, it just adds an extra layer of protection, an extra seal on the hair, just to ensure that there are locked in. The hairstyle is locked in. The hairstyle is not going anywhere.